Okay, so I was watching some news today, and a couple of days ago, okay, I don't know if y'all been watching these judges. I love watching judges get what they deserve, especially these old white judges, okay, like lawyers and stuff. Remember I did that whole series back when I was talking about that lawyer who like killed his wife and killed his son and was stealing money and embezzling shit? Okay. So recently there's the judge who did the Dylan Roof thing. Remember that guy who said, oh, everybody's family suffered? Dylan Roof, the guy who went into the church and shot all those black people who did absolutely nothing. And he even said like, oh, I wasn't gonna kill him. I wasn't gonna shoot these black people, but I had to because, black people and we're white. So that was his reasoning. Remember, and they gave him like a snack and shit afterwards? Okay. The judge over that, listen to this piece of shit. We already know he's a piece of shit when he said like, oh, everybody's family's suffering. We need to practice restraint. This is what he said to the families that were grieving after this psychopath, Dylan Roof, went to a church and killed a bunch of people. Okay. The judge just got arrested on PDF file charges and extreme charges. Yo, when we say these people ain't shit, we don't just say they ain't shit because they do racist stuff. This evil piece of shit was harming children. I'm not even gonna get into the details. Y'all can look at the case information. These cases are public information. Go look it up. If you wanna read the gruesome details, you can read it online or watch somebody else's shit where they break that shit down. I'm not doing it here, but it's some horrible, gruesome shit. And people wonder why I don't want children. Yo, I defend children, okay? I'm an advocate for children, especially children with disabilities. And this coward was messing with people like children, infants. Yes, not even classified as children, infants. And this is the guy who told black people, yeah, everybody's family's suffering. Like, yo, these people is evil. Okay, so this motherfucker's getting what he deserves. And like, not only does he go, when people say under the prison, nah, a piece of shit like this needs a death penalty. I'm keeping it real with you. Anybody who's willing to harm an infant needs to go ahead and go to, like, you need to get the fuck up out of here, dog. Like, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. And he was grooming other people, training other people how to do this shit. Nah, you need to get killed, bro. Like, in my mind, like, when people be questioning, like, should we have a death penalty for people like this? Absolutely. This person had way too much power and had the nerve to tell black people, oh, calm down, you PDF file. Literally the same judge. Look it up. I'm like, the truth comes to light. It really does. And I think the reason why, like, okay, so there was a federal investigation done on this judge. The judge had the nerve to say to, like, the investigators, the judge was like, do you know who I am? Of course they know who you are, you bitch. Like, to say that as though, like, oh, I'm a judge, like, and you're harming infants, you nasty, despicable piece of shit. Oh my God, you're lucky you didn't get, like, off, bro. But anyway, yo, I'm like, yo, when they say the worst people be running shit, the worst people be running shit. The worst people be making judgments on you. And think about this for a moment. This piece of shit was making judgments. Literally, he's a judge. His job is to judge. His job is to make discernments. And this motherfucker was making discernments. And how can you make a discernment when you're attracted to infants? How can you tell me anything about my life, you bitch? When you were harming children. No, for real. Like, I'm just keeping it so 1,000. Like, let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it a bean. How can you tell me anything about my life when your pastime is harming infants? Yo, you know what my pastime is? You know what I did today? You know what I did for a couple hours? I came by the lake and laid down and had a real nice nap. Had a real nice long nap. It was a really nice sunny day. The air quality was very nice. This is what I consider to be a nice pastime. I don't think about harming children on my fucking pastime. But these motherfuckers talking about, oh, I'm gonna judge you and send you to prison forever. What? As a matter of fact, he doesn't even deserve death row. He deserves to get whatever he did to those children. those infants need to be done to him. Absolutely, absolutely. Because how dare you? How dare you, you demon? How dare you, you fucking demon? So anyway, you know, this goes back to what I talk about people when I say, like, you can tell by the level of depravity in some people based off their level of how much they want you to appeal to their authority, the logical fallacy of appealing to authority. Whenever I come across people who have this overwhelming, like, feeling of superiority, I'm already looking at you in terms of, like, your positioning, because certain positionings innately give you this sense of, like, I think I'm amazing, I think I'm better, I think I can do anything, I'm above the law. And one of those situations is being a judge. Whenever I hear cases about judges doing crazy shit, I'm like, well, this makes sense to me, because they're going around with impunity. They're like doing whatever the fuck they want, however the fuck they want. And this guy was so blatant. He like described in detail about how his neighbors, he like volunteered to like watch one of his neighbors like kids, and was bragging about how he took advantage of his neighbor's kids. And I'm just like, and this is why I be like, people need to get this appeal of authority out of their head. Just because you're in a position that is supposedly like, I'm supposed to look out for people, I'm supposed to make positive judgments, doesn't mean shit. So anyway, that's why I love reporting about this stuff, because as I said before, you know, I had to get 5 degrees. I had to go away and get 5 degrees. I had to get several certifications to do half of the shit that I'm doing. But these motherfuckers can walk around here and just be blatant, demonic pieces of shit. Anyway. And then people like, okay, and here's the thing too. And then people be thinking like, go back to what I said about how like, I don't ever want children and like, I fight for children. Okay. People will like be mad at me and be like, oh, why don't you want to have kids? And why don't you want to contribute to society? Not everybody wants to have kids, because all of you are dumb. Because you are dumb. If I had my kid in an environment like this, first of all, it's incredibly expensive. We're in a recession. We're essentially a depression. I'd be a fool to bring a kid into an environment like this. It's already abusive and destructive, first of all. If I had a girl and I had a female presenting individual in that society, you know how fucked they'd be? And like, even more crazy is I always say about people is like, one of the main reasons I would never want to have children, first of all, I don't want them anyway, because I like my life as it is. But let's say I did want to have kids. Let's say for the shits and giggles, I wanted to have children. I just know you cowards couldn't protect my kid. Court-appointed special advocates, one of the things I did. Literally go into homes and determine whether or not a parent is suitable to like take care of their kid. And often than not, the parents aren't even suitable. Like they can't even take care of their kids. So like, if your own parents are not suitable to take care of their own kids, why the fuck would I think that people outside in the world would have the inclination to give a fuck about a kid that they don't have no connection to? So yeah, so anyway, just hearing stories like this solidifies the things I already see in life. You know, again, I had to go get 5 degrees. I had to go get degrees in psychology, communications, and sociology, and like biology, to have conversations with y'all about what it is and what it isn't. But you got this guy just like taking advantage of children. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm way more safer to be around than anybody who's in these positions where literally they're given everything to be a piece of shit. They're allowed to run around here and do and act any kind of fucking way. But anyway, peace.